Hey everybody, thought I'd make another video for you. This time I'm going to be trying to explain some of the kind of extra moves that I like to do to create my designs. Those being the teardrop shapes, kind of the feathered teardrop shapes, and I'm going to show you how I do my wheat shapes, the wheat designs, and potentially the wraparounds. But this is a brand new brush. It's the Wizard Black Widow, so it's not broke in, so we'll see what we can get out of it right now. I literally just pulled it out of the package. I got it in the mail like a week ago. So I'm going to start off with the way I like to do my teardrop shapes. Let me palette the brush. So my general teardrop shapes are going to come out of a regularly paletted brush with a decent amount of paint at the very tip. So that way, when you push down in the beginning, you're going to get a very fat starting point. And then as you go down or up or whichever way you go, you're going to want to lift up, and that'll give you a thinner end. Once again, you'll push down and then lift up as you go. And please forgive these lines. As I said, it's a brand new brush, so it's weird. I've been playing with it just a little bit. I dig the way it's a little bit snappier than the Kafka's. It looks cool, but I've yet to break it in. So that's my regular teardrop shape. With these kind of feathered shapes, what you're going to want to do is load the brush regularly, and then you're going to kind of want to roll this tip into a pointier, less paint kind of tip, right? So knock some of the paint off the very front. That way when you start off kind of pointy. So you'll kind of start off lightly, drag a little, and then push down. And then again, same thing as the teardrop shape, lift up. And if you'd like to doctor it, I normally do, to make them kind of uniform. And I'll show you again, very lightly, start off, pull out, and then push down, and then back to your regular teardrop kind of lifting up style. And that's how you end up with those kind of fan looking extra doodads. I don't know what the hell they're called. But there is a very unique difference to those and your average teardrop shape, which you can use in many different ways. And I'll show you how I do them on a round section. So let me load the brush. So on a round part, which way you decide to do it, I'm just going to show you with the regular teardrops. There's a certain way that I like to go about doing it. So I'll normally start off wherever it is you decide you want to start, and you do your average teardrop, but you're turning at the same time. Now your very next one, the way I think it looks cool, and this is all just me how it looks cool, right? This is opinion, I guess. You want to start at the halfway point of this one. Push down and follow it. I generally don't like to meet them up, but that's, opinion as well. And then the next one, I'll go to the halfway point and do the same thing. And so on and so forth. Now also, keep in mind, I'm at a weird angle for recording purposes, so if they don't come out as smooth, forgive me. But I'm just trying to kind of give you the idea of how I do them. Because when I first started, I'd almost make them all the same size, you know. I'd go like this, and then I'd put the next one right next to it, and the next one right next to it, and it never really looked cool. You know, it wasn't until I started kind of really stepping down that it kind of fan out the way I wanted. So that is those right there. The next thing I want to show you is the wheat designs that I like to do. So these took me a little while because I've yet to figure out how to do them all in one swoop. So what I do is I do them in sections. I'll do the top part first and then the stem. And this helps me out a lot because I have cataracts in my right eye, so sometimes my symmetry is not perfect. So instead of trying to knock one out and then knock the other one out and then find out it was crooked, this helps me out to kind of see where I'm at to begin with. So I have this here to kind of fake a symmetrical design. And what I'll do is I'll knock some of the tip off again to make it pointy, right? However many times it takes for you to get a kind of a thin line. And I'll start off real thin wherever I want to start, you know, trying to look up. And I'll drag the line and then I'll push down. And that'll give me the tip of my wheat design. And then if I want to do it again symmetrically, I'll go to this side, try to follow it, I'll try to do the mirror of that. Pull it down, and then I'll push. And again, you can always doctor them up, you know, if one is fatter than the other. I just try not to overdo it, just like anything else. You know, you gotta know when to stop. And that is the beginning of them. So then I'll knock off a little bit more paint if I'm feeling comfortable with, you know, the way it's still paletted on there, which I am at the moment. And then I'll draw my stem as thin as I can. The same thing over here. Right, and those are my wheat designs. You can always add more. I got these kind of going outward. You know, sometimes I'll do some going in, kind of following them. You know, and where you decide to put the rest of them, higher up or halfway through, it's kind of on you. This is just stuff I kind of picked up watching other people's designs and watching videos on YouTube. Probably isn't the best way to get your information, but you know, I'm cheap and haven't bought anything yet to learn. It's all been on my own. So you know, I do a couple extra here and then make sure they're even because I got a messed up eye, and then I'll draw my stem, and again over here. And that's how I do those that go kind of upwards or downwards. If you have some that are going inward, I do the same thing, so I'll show you that. Right, so if I have some that I want to kind of go around and then come back in, what I'll do is I'll draw the top part first, so push down and then create that kind of, so that's the tip of the wheat, and then I'll draw the curved stem. So you could either start off over here or start off over here, and right now it's easier for me to start off on this side. I'll try to knock off some of the paint, make sure it's nice and thin, or at least similar to these, and I'll run the stem from there, and this one will be curved. Something like that. Same thing over here. This is where it might not get even. So like that. And at this point, I've already used a decent amount of paint on here, but I still feel like it'll be alright. And I'll run it like so. Something like that. Kind of messed up there. But you get the gist. So again, this is a brand new brush. I'm having a little bit of a hard time with it just because it's the nature of the beast with these brand new brushes. You got to figure them out. You got to figure out what type of reduced paint they like. I dig them though, they're cool. And hopefully that helps. I know it's not the prettiest stuff, and I have a lot of brown, so I decided to use brown right now. And if you got any questions, just let me know. Have fun.